Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to prep chicken breast, which is simply black pepper chicken. It's perfect for a sandwich like we're going to make today, but can be used for rice bowls, salads, or whatever you want. So, let's cook. Okay, so very simple chicken prep going on today. And actually, I'm going to prep the black pepper chicken for this video, but I'm also going to prep the other breast for another video that we're going to film after this one. And I mean, that's how I would do it. Like if I was genuinely at home, if I was like going to cook chicken multiple times, even if they're different seasoning, I would just do them at the same time. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. And yeah, like that's like something as a home cook, I feel like you should be aware of is like if you're I'm gonna save one of these, but I'm gonna cook two right now because I want lunch today, dinner, and probably lunch tomorrow I can get out of all of these. And then as always, when I'm cooking chicken breast, especially for like seasoning, I wanna thin this out. And then what I'm gonna do for the chicken sandwich a little bit is I'm gonna cut across this to give us a little bit of I want more of like a little sandwich size to this. So I think I'm just gonna cut there, and then my buns are over here. So I think I might honestly just cut off this little piece as well. And then this is what I'm gonna work with for the black pepper. I'll put black pepper on this as well, but I'll just maybe chop those into cubes or something. And then I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm gonna keep it whole. So this I'm gonna season with some like chili powder and some other stuff like that, which is gonna be used for, this will be used for the Southwestern, whatever you wanna call it, rice grain bowl. I don't know why they call it Southwestern. Some restaurateur, I'm sure, back in the day. But yeah, as you can see, like nice and thin, and that's all we need to do. So of course, salt is kind of our prerequisite for all of this. So get a nice little sprinkle. And if this looks like a lot, I'm actually using up some Diamond Crystal, which is like has smaller flakes and it's lighter. So volume-wise, it looks like more, but it's actually not compared to if you were using something like not Diamond Crystal, the Morton's Coarse Kosher, which is normally what I use, but I bought a lot of salt for the salt video, so I'm having to go through a bunch of different salt varieties. Okay, so. All right, now let's get our seasonings going. Okay, so for the black pepper chicken, as you would expect, it's just a lot of black pepper. That's literally all we're doing. And like I genuinely mean a lot. Like I want this to be like almost pretty crusted. So like if you think about like barbecue, for example, like if you use a nice brisket, they're gonna use a big amount of pepper. So like I want it pretty well coated with the pepper, and that's gonna give it a nice crust texture-wise and also really punch us in the mouth with pepper flavor. You know, if you don't like pepper, it's probably not the recipe for you. Because like this is very, very, very pepper forward, obviously. Okay. And then for the other one, I'm gonna do just a quick little mix of, what do I want here? I'm gonna make a quick little spice mix here. So I'm gonna finish up this ground cumin. That'll be the main spice, and then supporting a little bit of, here, I'll do this so you guys can see a little bit easier. Supporting is gonna be a little bit of onion powder. It's a little bit of paprika. And then this is a ground chili powder, like some red chilies. And then similarly for this, I'm going to heavy sprinkle on all this other chicken. And again, very, very liberal with all this seasoning. Try to get any little spots. Okay, so we've got our kind of chili-ish seasoning. We got our black pepper chicken. We're gonna switch this around here, and then we're gonna cook it up, and then we'll finish everything right back here. So I'm gonna do a quick like 2-minute cleanup, and we'll keep this thing rolling. All right. Okay, so we have our chicken back here, and then for this black pepper, I actually really like searing it in olive oil, which I know a lot of people think like you can't use high heat with olive oil, but olive oil actually does have a pretty high smoke point, and also the oil drops in temperature as soon as we put the food on top of it, because I mean, it's gonna drop the temperature of the pan, so you're not really at risk for like burning your olive oil prior to what a lot of people may think. And then I am gonna do these separately. Normally I would just toss the other one here, but I do wanna help kind of get some extra camera shots. There's a lot of things you gotta do that make cooking a lot more non-optimal when you're trying to film stuff versus if I was just at home and we just like set up a camera, like I would just be all over this thing, would be, you know, it is what it is basically. So I'm gonna let that sear down there for, I don't know, basically all you want to do is just let this crust really develop. And then again, because it's thin, like this is going to resemble much or cook much quicker like a steak would compared to that bulbous breast. If this was flipped over, it would take significantly longer and a lot of it would get really kind of overcooked around the edges. Okay, yeah, so should be nice and crispy on bottom. Gonna add another little baby drizzle down here for the other side. And yeah, you can see it's got like that nice crusted, the pepper's not burnt. You wanna be a little bit careful of that, but it's in no way burnt. It just smells like very strong black pepper. It almost looks like a nice piece of darkened fish where like it's crisped up and blackened up here, then you kind of get your nice white fleshy middle in there. But this is one of my favorite ways to cook chicken breast. So just gonna give this a quick temp check, kind of in the middle there. So we're sitting at like 140 right now, but this will be done in another 30 seconds or so. And again, you don't really need to do anything. Like if I didn't have to cook this chicken, I would be washing this cutting board right now. Once I cook that chicken, or while this chicken is cooking, that's when I'll wash this down. But yeah, I love grilled chicken sandwiches. Very underrated item. Very simple. Good good quick lunch to give you some high protein. Gonna kind of double check the bottom, make sure we're not, yeah, we're fine down there. Yeah, and then for me, what I like to do with chicken breast is I'll pull it at 155. You know, a lot of the, what is it, like the USDA is like, it's 165 degrees if you want to instantaneously kill all bacteria, but you can get the same 7 log reduction in bacteria as a lot of science behind it, is like cooking it to a temperature and then letting it hold that temperature for a certain amount of time. So in this case, I think 155, and then it's like hold it for like a minute or so. But what that does is less water will evaporate, because the reason why chicken breast gets so dry and boring is that the higher you cook it, the more the proteins tighten, the more water gets out, and that is what ends up with kind of dried out chicken breast. All right, so just checking that. Yeah, there we go. So, got our chicken breast there. Gonna slide this over here. But like I said, we'll probably cut here just so I can cook the rest of this chicken for the other video, and then we'll meet you guys back up here in just a second. Okay, so we've got our quick black pepper chicken breast. Now let's make a little grilled chicken sandwich. So I've got a potato roll, and then I'm gonna keep this one pretty simple, outside of a couple additions. So it's got some weird little ingredients to use up. This is some bacon that I happen to cook up. So I think we're gonna do a little chicken bacon sandwich, because I mean that just sounds good. And then I'm gonna make a quick little kind of ranch-ish sauce, if you will. So for that, what I'm gonna do is mix some mayo, some of this Greek yogurt. You can do sour cream, it's completely up to you. So we'll do a little dollop of that. A little squirt of mayonnaise, probably about 2 parts mayo to 1 part of the yogurt. That's just what I'm doing. You can do whatever you want. Then we're do all right, that whatever that was. I don't know how much that was. It's gonna be fine. And then actually, there's some like little garlic and like little vegetables on the bottom of this dill pickle jar. So I'm gonna kind of scrape some of those and use that, just because, you know, why not? So give that a quick little dice up. I don't know where I put my knife. Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, I know I washed it, but I don't know where I put it. Why I put it back there, who knows? Weird things happen when you're filming, that's all I know. So, a little dice of that for a little bit of acidity in there. And then, yeah, that's gonna be our little sauce for the sandwich. So creamy, getting some more aromatics. The dill and the black pepper will play really well together. And then last but not least, I'm gonna get some shredded lettuce real quick too. Kinda. Rip off a little piece here. Okay, so we've got our roll, the sauce, both sides, of course. I'm gonna slice up this bacon. I think I'll do bacon on, yeah, I'm gonna do bacon on bottom. Then we'll go lettuce. Let's do an extra little dollop of on the lettuce. Okay. And then got that gorgeous looking, it really does look like a piece of fish. It's kind of funny. And we'll get the little chicken juices on there too. No juices left behind when it comes to chicken breast. And then, see if I can Get just a little more sauce out of this. All right. And there you have a nice looking grilled black pepper chicken sandwich. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see like chicken breast, nice and juicy looking. We've also got kind of the sauce in there. I mean, this is gonna be a home run. It's just such a satisfying sandwich. You get like the nice bite through of the breast, and then the black pepper hits you, get the tingle of tongue, the smokiness from the bacon, and then that dill sauce kind of comes to save the day. It's like, whoa, right before it gets like really powerful, the dill sauce comes in and kind of gives you a nice palate, little nose cleanser that gets you ready for the next bite. Really, really good sandwich. And you know, just something you gotta try. So recipe will be up if you guys wanna check it out exactly, but feel free to experiment, add any kinds of sauces, use it different. You don't have to use black pepper, use whatever you want. But that'll wrap it up for me in this one. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace, y'all.